today's work. We're going to simplify radicals. People usually call them square roots, but we're not going to deal with just perfect square roots. Some of them will be perfect, but not all of them. So what we do, first of all, I'm going to break this into two numbers. They don't have to be the same number. I'm just thinking two numbers that multiply equals 343. And I'm going to come and say 7 times 49. They don't have to be the same two. Any two numbers. Then 7, I cannot break it up even more because it's just 1 times 7. So that's a prime number. I'm going to leave 7 alone. But 49, I can break it up as 7 times 7. My goal is to try to get to smaller numbers. And now I'm going to get them in groups of 2. So 2 numbers per group. The number has to be the same. So that's a group and that's a single. I'm only looking at the numbers. I was not able to break down even more. So now my answer, my groups, I'm going to take them out. So I'm going to have a 7 outside. I have a radical figured. I have a radical sign. And my singles stay in. So groups go out, singles stay in. Kind of like you guys when you guys watch movies. When you guys are groups, whether you guys have a boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, or whatever, whenever you guys are grouped, you guys usually go out to watch movies. Go to the theater, go somewhere. So groups go out, like you guys go out. Now the singles, they stay home watching Netflix. So groups go out, singles stay in. I don't know which one are you, but I know I have many of these. Okay? Take a look at question number 2. I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure what I did. Let's take a look at question number 2. So remember, for question 1 was 7 radical 7. Groups go out, singles stay in. Now looking at question number 2, two numbers that multiplied equals 162. Since it's an even number, I can do 2. And I'm going to say 2 times 81. 2 times 81 gives me 162. Now 81, I can break it up even more. Give me two numbers that multiply equals 81. 9 times 9, okay. 9 times 9. I know the 9 we can break it more, right? 3 times 3. However, my plan is to get groups. I already have a group of 9, so I'm just going to get them in a group. Remember, my goal is to get groups, not to break up the number. So now my answer will be 9 radical 2. The groups go out, singles stay in. If, by any chance, let's say my 9 and 9, I was to break it up. Let's say I was to say 3 times 3, 3 times 3. I was to get two groups. Whenever you have more than one group, in my case 2, multiply your groups. So like I said, if you come over and you split them up, whenever you multiply these groups, brings you back to 9. So once again, if you have more than one group, multiply your groups for the number outside. If you have more than one single, multiply your singles for the number in the inside. Now let's take a look at question number 3. Give me two numbers that multiplied equals 225. Which one? 45 and 5? Okay. Yeah. 45 times 5. Now what about 45? Give me two numbers that multiplied equals 45. 5 times 9. My 9, we can break it up even more. 3 times 3. So when it comes to groups, there is one group and there is another group. Just because the numbers are not next to each other doesn't mean I cannot get them in a group. My group is two numbers of the same value. Alright, so I have more than one group. 3 and 5. Multiply them. How much is 3 times 5? 15. So 15 goes outside. Do we have any singles? Remember, the 9 I was able to break it up even more. So I'm looking at the numbers that I was not able to break up. Do we have any singles? No. So in that case, in a perfect world, everybody has a partner, right? In a perfect world. So in a perfect square root, there's no singles. So my answer it is 15. That's a perfect square. We call it a square root. That's a perfect square root because there's no single. So there's no radical. You guys learned, I don't know when, but back in a few years back, you guys learned perfect squares. Like square root of 16 was 4. Square root of 9 was 3. Those were the perfect squares because there are no singles. All right, let's take a look at question number 4. Give me two numbers that multiplied equals 400. 4 times 100, okay. Let's break out the 4. Give me two numbers that multiply equals 4. 2 times 2. As a matter of fact, I'm already going to get them in a group. Now, 100, we can split it up. Give me two numbers that multiply equals 100. What was it? 10 by 10, okay. I know I can break up the tens, but my goal is to get groups. So that's already a group. I have more than one group. How much is 2 times 10? 20. Do I have any singles? So there's no square root there. It's just 20. Right? This is a perfect square root. There are no singles. But let's go back to number 5. Let's go back to some singles. Give me two numbers that multiply equals 200. Which one? 25 times 8. Okay. Oh, 10 times. Oh, I heard you wrong. Okay. 10 times 20. My bad. 10 times 20. Let's break out the 20. Give me two numbers that multiply equals 20. 4 and 5. Let's break out the 4. We have to go 2 times 2 in that one. There's a group. Let's take a look at the 10. Two numbers that multiply equals 10. 5 times 2. Just because the 5s are separate doesn't mean they're not a group. I'm just going to say those two are a group. So I have a group of 5 and a group of 2. 10.
Wait, so you had basically as long as you show the word, it could be any like math. Like you can put like 2 and 100.
Yeah. At the end, they finish to the same thing. Watch, I'll do the 2 and 100 like you said. So 10, right? 10 goes outside because I multiply the groups. 5 times 2. Now, this case, I do have a single. You guys see it right there. So the single goes in. So remember, if you have more than one group, like our case, if you have more than one group, multiply them. That's how we came out with the 10. Now, when it comes to singles, if you have more than one single, because it will happen, multiply them for the inside. Remember, my thing is, outside are the groups. If there's more than one, multiply them. Inside are the singles. If there's more than one, multiply them. Okay, so you were saying, can I start with 200 as 2 times 100 instead of 10 times 20? Yes. The 100, you can go as 10 times 10. I already have a group, and I have a single. So 10 radical 2. All right, any questions?
No.
Looks easy?
Now that you said that.
Okay. Any questions? Let me take roll real quick.